Hello everyone, this is Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. And you're going to have the opportunity to travel with Phil Scott to
sunny South Africa. You guys are going to have the opportunity to come to Johannesburg, and you guys are going to be coming to Durban. And we're going to set it up perfectly. It's going to be like a luxury experience for you guys. At the same time, you're going to be getting some culture. And of course, you're going to get an opportunity to talk to Phil, hang out with Phil, and get his views on Africa and South Africa.
You're also going to get an opportunity to explore the lifestyles here that are available in South Africa. And we're going to do all that for you in an amazing 10 days. We do hope that you go to the website and book, because we do look forward to seeing you here.
Absolutely. Our website is therealsouthafrica.com. Go there, scroll down. You'll see a picture of Phil, and just go ahead and book there. So we'll see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa.
Not too long ago, President Joe Biden visited a training center near the Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada, to announce that through a bipartisan effort, $3 billion will be allocated toward a high-speed rail that has been decades in the making, connecting Southern California to Vegas. Yay! As a Southern Californian, that is great news, because if you ever had to drive it, it takes you about 3 hours to drive, right? Not bad, but it's even better if you could get there in a shorter amount of time. Okay, I digress. So unfortunately, before Joe Biden got there, there was also a mass shooting at the University of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, he addressed that in his speech, but this speech was kind of incoherent. And I'll let y'all listen to it. Check it out.
The idea, if you were driving your automobile here and you left in the key in the parking lot, you left the key in the ignition, and a kid came up and jumped in and stole it, and they got in a crash, you're liable civilly. Why in God's name do people not have to lock up their firearms? Why is that not a requirement? All these mass murders, not this weekend, but have been because people have picked up kids and grabbed stuff off of counters, off of their... Anyway, I don't want to get angry.
So as you saw and heard there, he was kind of trying to talk about mass shooting. Then he was talking about kids grabbing stuff off of counters and, you know, banning assault, automatic weapons or something. It was just all over the place, right? But the thing is this. That's not unusual. We have heard, or kind of heard, Joe Biden speak like that before. Now he is, what is he, 80 now? And if he wins a second term, it'll be like 86 or something, which is making him the oldest president in the United States history. Now, there's nothing wrong with growing old and growing old gracefully, right? But there is a problem when that person who is growing old and maybe not so gracefully is at the helm of the country, or the leader of the free world, as they tell us, you know? Like Joe Biden has been seen and heard saying things that makes absolutely no sense. We've seen him kind of like doing the robot all over the stage, trying to shake imaginary people's hands, or, you know, talking to people who aren't there. And I don't know, it's like, you know, it seems like the Democrats really don't address that much. And it's like, now we see what's going on. Either we're crazy, or we're imagining things, or as some people like to say, oh, you guys are just being mean. That's not nice. And listen, I have an elderly father who will be 80 in February, who I love to death. And, you know, he's got all his faculties and stuff about him. But, you know, sometimes when people get older, sometimes they need to hear the truth. Like, hey, daddy, you might not want to do that because of, you know, this, that, and the other. You're not, you know, a spring chicken like it used to be. I mean, neither am I, right? I'm sure I'm going to have that conversation with my daughter one day. But sometimes it's necessary to have conversations with them and say, hey, you know, you might want to, you know, sit down or do something differently. But the DNC, they don't want to have that conversation. Not out loud, they don't anyway, right? But again, they want us to think that we're mean for saying something. Oh, that's just mean, and you're talking about old people, and that's ageism. It's not ageism. It's common sense. Why would we want somebody who may or may not all the way, you know, be there to run the country? But the thing that upsets me the most about it is that the DNC and a lot of, you know, these black pundits and everybody, they continuously want to prop Joe Biden up there to run for a second term when clearly he's not, he can't do it all that well anymore, and they don't care. They keep saying, well, we want to beat Trump. We don't want Trump to get back in office. So it's like, regardless of what you think about Trump, and listen, I didn't vote for either one of them. Just kind of want to put that out there because I know when I bring up Trump, people have a heart attack, right? Oh my God, you're talking about Trump. Listen, Trump might have some issues, but, well, this is kind of, bear with me here. At least when he speaks, he's coherent for the most part, right? Like he can string two sentences together. Now he might lie a lot. I'm not, politicians, they lie, you know what I'm saying? But with Trump, he's coherent. He can string two sentences together. He's not, twirling around the stage. And, I don't know, just kind of in his own world. You can understand him. This is not a plea for y'all to go out there and vote for Trump. I'm just kind of laying it out there since it apparently is going to be Biden and Trump. Again, the DNC, the Democrats, they are not willing to concede that Joe Biden may not be the man for the job. And so y'all also notice this. Now, y'all know y'all notice this when I tell y'all this. Now y'all are hearing them say, Kamala and Joe and Kamala, like they are merging them together as though it's one office, right? Now, Kamala is the vice president, Joe Biden is the president, but they'll often say, if you guys don't believe me, go to their social media accounts and listen to them speak. Kamala say, well, Joe and I, or Biden will say, Kamala and I. They'll merge it together. Now, I know they're doing that because they want people subliminally to think, okay, well, it's Kamala and Joe. Because I know y'all think this is what they're saying. Y'all know that Joe is kind of off his rocker a little bit. So if we sell y'all him with Kamala, then maybe y'all will, sign up for that more. But ask yourselves this. Think of any presidency in time where they constantly reminded you that it was, let's say, Clinton and Al Gore or Bush and Cheney. It was rare that they did that, but with these two, Joe and Kamala, they doing it a lot because, let's keep it a buck, Joe might not make it. And what happens if the president don't make it for whatever reason? Well, the vice president, they'll step up and take the job as the president, right? And so that could be Kamala. I mean, it's just a reality, right? It could be. And so they kind of sell them two together. But the easy fix would be like, hey, Joe, it's time to go. Okay, it's time for you to go on and fishing or whatever you're going to do. But being in the White House, that ain't it. It's time for you to, they won't do that. They want to continue, shoving him into the American people's voting booth, if you will. But this is another way, they don't care about they being the Democrats. Now, listen, I know the Republicans, I don't need to have a conversation about them because we know what they do and who they are. But the Democrats don't care about you because if they did, they would have that conversation with themselves and say, you know what? Joe was, he did what he was supposed to do. Now we need to replace him, right? The American people deserve better. They won't do that. They don't think that you deserve better. And so, they're going to do what they want to do. And that also dispels that, this is a democracy, right? Because the majority of American people are saying, we don't want Joe. No, we don't want Joe, right? The majority is saying that, but they're telling you live in a democracy where you have a say-so. Well, if you have a say-so, then Joe Biden wouldn't be on the ballot for 2024, would he? I mean, right there, just think about it. You don't have a say-so. There's no such thing as a democracy. We live in an oligarchy where the people at the top with the wealth, they make the decisions, not you. It's pretend, boo-boo. They're pretending and selling you a fantasy that you have a say-so of what goes on in this country. If you did, there'd be a lot of other things happening in your favor, like reparations. If black people actually had say-so and participated in democracy, we'd have a nice big fat check in our bank account because we say so, right? So again, shame on the DNC and anybody else that keeps pushing Joe Biden in the faces of the American voter saying, here, this is what you guys are going to vote for. You like it and you're going to love it. Because we said so. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.